my...
What's up, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. Let's get right into today's topic. So I got this clip from a hearing about critical race theory, and I found it to be very interesting, and I wanted to bring it to you guys because it demonstrates my beliefs in this country and how people should basically view racism, in my opinion. And I brought this video because most people comment in my videos, especially black people, the so-called FBAs. And if you don't know what that means, it stands for Foundational Black Americans. And they call themselves that to basically separate and distinguish between folks like me who are immigrants and who migrated to this country and folks that were enslaved and brought over to this country forcefully. So they like, you know, to separate themselves. But anyway, so I brought this video because this is an FBA, you know, so-called FBA, Foundational Black American, whose parents were slaves in this country, speaking the same message that I speak. Let's get right into what he says, and then we'll talk about it in the comment section and see you guys at the end.
Grandparents are black, all 8 of my great-grandparents, all 16 of my great-greats. On my mother's side, my ancestors were enslaved in Alabama. On my father's side, we were enslaved in Texas. I am not oppressed. I'm not oppressed, and I'm not a victim.
Right.
I'm neither oppressed nor a victim. I travel all across this country.
Now, they're going to call this guy a coon, a Uncle Tom, a sellout, because he doesn't see himself in the same way that most black Americans see themselves, as a victim of something. Even though they've never experienced racism, or let me not say racism, but never experienced slavery. Anybody can experience racism, but never experienced slavery. Never have been oppressed. Never have they experienced laws that were systemically oppressive deliberately towards black Americans. And so since he doesn't see himself as a victim, he doesn't agree with that ideology, he's automatically a sellout, Uncle Tom, coon, whatever you want to call it.
And I check into hotels, and I fly commercially, and I walk into retail establishments, and I order food in restaurants. I go wherever I want, whenever I want. I am treated with kindness, dignity, and respect, literally from coast to coast.
Facts.
I have 3 children. They are not oppressed either, although they are victims. I've taught my children they are victims of 3 things: their own ignorance, their own laziness, and their own poor decision making. That is all.
Sounds like a good father to me. Sounds like a good dad to me.
My children, we are not victims of America. We are not victims of some unseen 190-year-old
boogeyman
force that kind of floats around in the ether. Putting critical race theory into our classrooms is taking our nation in the wrong direction. Racism in America would by and large be dead today if it were not for certain people and institutions keeping it on life support.
Racism.
And sadly, very sadly, one of those institutions is the American education system. I can think of nothing more damaging to a society than to tell a baby born today that she has grievances against another baby born today simply because of what their ancestors may have done 2 centuries ago.
Wild.
There is simply no point in doing that to our children. And putting critical race theory into our classrooms in part does that. Putting critical race theory into our classrooms is not combating racism, it's fanning the flames of what little embers are left.
Facts.
I encourage you to support this resolution. Let racism die the death it deserves, and let's keep living the life of the country that we are.
End of story. End of story. If that was the case, if everybody in America is a victim, then nobody would want to come to America. Like I said, why would people? This is the country that every foreigner dream of coming to. You know, I mean, I don't know about now, in the direction that you leftists and Democrats have taken this country to, but its true core values and ideologies are everybody is equal. We are all the same. And if you keep separating yourselves and creating different small subgroups instead of just identifying as an American, that's when the separations and people, not working cohesively as one unit, as one community, as one culture, dies out. And that's the point. See, and it's crazy because most foreigners that come to this country that become citizens, we identify as Americans. I had this debate even with somebody that's close to me. And we're like, well, you're African, you're Ethiopian. Well, no, I was born there, but I'm an American. My nationality is an American. If I was to go to war today, if there was a world war to break out between my country and America, I'm fighting for America. End of story. I love my country, my home country. I love my culture. I love my ethnicity. I love where I'm from. But I am an American at the end of the day. I am an American. I'm going to die an American. It's just the way that it is. So unless you FBAs don't start thinking that way, we're going to always have problems and racisms. And I love the point that he made when he said he goes coast to coast and he has no problems. No problems. But see, if you're always looking at people in society and Americans and white people in the lens of racism, everything's going to be racist to you. Everything's going to be racist to you. I mean, you're creating your own problems. So I've never experienced any type of oppression. I've never been a victim of anything. And like you said, if I was to be a victim of anything, it's my own actions, my own attitude. And I did it to myself, the decisions that I made. And the funny part is, and I'm really not even going to go too deep into this, but I get treated better by white folks than I do black people. My whole entire life being in America. The most racism that I've ever experienced was from black people. All the racist jokes came from black people. Calling me monkeys and African booty scratcher and all that. A white person has never done that. Even if you meant it jokingly, since nowadays you can't say anything. I never really took offense to it. But, if we were to look at it in the lens of the wokes, that was, what is it? What do they call it? Oh my God, it is a term for it. I can't figure it out. But anyway, yeah, so it was like a backhanded racism. I forgot what it is. Microaggression. There it is. Jesus. All these woke talking points and vocabulary. Oh my God, it's just too much to keep up with. So yeah, that's what it's called. Microaggression. All the microaggressions that I've ever experienced about my race, ethnicity, where I'm from, whatever, was from black people. Even today, the business I operate, I get treated way more respectfully by white people than I do black people. White people pay me with no problem. I'm always fighting for money from black people. I'm always fighting for discounts from black people or asking all types of whatever. There's no true support from black folks. I'm being real. You can ask any business owner. I know a lot of black business owners that will tell you the same exact thing. The most problems I run into in the business world is from black folks. I mean, it's true. It's true. I have, to be honest, never had a problem collecting money from a white person. Oh well. Anyway, that's my own experience. You might not like it. You might like it. You might think I'm lying or whatever. Yeah, there's no reason to. I have no dog in this fight. I really don't care about race. None of that. I don't look at anybody's skin color. I look at your behavior, your attitude, and how you treat people. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. I love this guy's message. I am sure he's a phenomenal father, a phenomenal husband. I'm sure he's active in his kid's life. And he's probably also had an active father in his own life as well. Because this type of teaching is passed down from generation to generation. So even though he's come from a background of slaves, he never saw himself as a victim. So let me know what you guys think, man. Comment down below. Let's talk about it in the comment section. If this is your first time on the channel, consider hitting the subscribe button with the notification bell so you get notified every time I bring a brand new video. Thanks for being here, guys. See you guys on the next video. Peace.